To make the interceptor, an aluminium can. At this point you've worked out I'm not American because I didn't say aluminum. Taking care not to cut yourself in the aluminium. I'm thinking maybe I should have dried this out. Now I need a piece that's approximately the width or equal to the diameter of that and maybe twice as long. Now this shiny side is actually coated with a resin, this side of course is coated with paint. So I'm just going to rub that over my file. This is just a flat file, or you could use the flat side of a half round file. You could probably even use a nail file. Basically I just need to shine that up to get rid of the resin. Now I found the easiest way to make a circle shape was basically to start with a square and then just cut the corners off. So I'm looking to make two circular shapes. They'll actually fit in there with quite a good gap around the edge. Just measuring that off. Okay, that's just the right size to cover the cartridge, and I'm thinking that might even be still too big for what I want. Okay, that's the cartridge and there's the disc. Okay, I need two of these. Okay, so now I've got my two discs made out of the aluminium can, and they're going to act one inside there with the wire leading into it and the other one pushing against that spring when I assemble the torch. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the whole apparatus. One disc is going to go inside the torch, one disc is going to go against the connector for the switch. The wire's got to connect to the whole thing, and we need something that will insulate and break the contact between the switch and the battery. So first of all we'll take our battery out of there, feed the wire through the hole. Be generous with the amount that you feed through. Put the battery cradle back in, making sure it goes in the right way. Now this is where genius comes into play. This is double-sided mounting tape, it's about 1 millimetre thick, and it's sticky on both sides. So I'm just going to cut myself roughly a square of that, turn it over to the sticky side, and I'm going to put the wire on there. Catch the insulation onto the tape, and some people have a preference to put the wire off centre. In this case it's quite centred. Put the disc over the top. That's the first disc. Okay, turn that over, and just to be on the safe side I'm going to cut myself some more tape and just build this up. Now I'm going to feed that wire back through the hole. One wire goes on. This time I will make it off centre. Put your dot in place. Turn it over. Put your other wire there on place with the stripped end. Second bit of aluminium that you cut to size goes there like that. And now it's a matter of feeding the whole thing back into place. Now the battery cradle is actually pushing against the wire, just for the sake of making life interesting. Push it all into place as nuts. Right. Put the battery cap back on with the switch in it. Okay, no longer working, simply because we've broken the contact between the switch. Hopefully that's on. And the control is now with the two wires over here. Eventually I'm going to wire them up to a couple of switches that look like this. Just a couple of small slide switches, and have the two torches operating together.